36.
Go, 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 everybody! He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Washington, his first carry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Tempo, tempo.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Come on, let's go. 14. Gotta go. Good. 19. 12.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Zebra. Go special. I'll go special. 18. Tempo. 14, run it.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Forced out to his, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. To throw is Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On the give, this is Washington. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now back to throw. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
tempo. Hey, hey. Well. Gun.
On second down, here's Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. A first update now from Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Zebra. Right, 380. Hey. Go.
On third down, Wilson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there?
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Gotta go. 14. Zebra.
On third down, Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'll go special. Right. 215. Gotta go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Johnson, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st, here's Washington. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw. zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Finding some room at midfield. It's caught. Lockett. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Gotta go. 14. Go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
19. 14. 14.
Wilson on 3rd down. Open man, it's Vanette. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we've come to halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They go to Johnson again. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now Wilson on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Go 14. Four down. Let's go 14.
Here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
14.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a play fake here on first down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Looking to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Washington, his third touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Bradham not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Empty. 19. Tempo.
Wilson will throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
They run with Washington, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll drop the throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime
right.
we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Go 14. Go 14. 12.
Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give them a gain of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
19. Run left, run left. 14, got it.
On 1st down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Tempo.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gotta go. Shotgun.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A handoff for Washington. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. In on the stop, Bradley McDougal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Over! Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Got it. 19.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. There goes Duke Johnson. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll start the drive with Washington. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey! Gone!
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they take a knee. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were